What's up, folks? Welcome to That's on Florida, your weekly dose of sunshine and insanity. I'm Mike Herlihy, joined in studio as always with the one, the only Mr. OMG. It's Wicks. Wicks, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I finally rested up. It takes a week after you drive to Pensacola and back. It takes a week before you fully come back. So I'm feeling pretty good. I was up doing some exercises earlier. Summer Body 2028. We are still on track for that. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Now, I agree with you on the Pensacola thing. Anytime you cross over a timeline, it just messes something up internally.
Yeah.
So you can't take an hour from me. Give me an hour. Take it. I can't do it. But what is your? I'm interested because it's the first I'm hearing about this summer bod workout thing. So what is the Omgitswicks summer bod workout look like?
So I got a treadmill, right? So it's one of those things because everybody's like, get your steps, and I'm like, I got a lot going on during the day, especially with the baby. I mean, I do get a lot of steps chasing him, so I got a treadmill, and I try to get my my 10,000 steps in. And then I'll try to take it a little bit further. I was like, you know what? I already got the treadmill. Let's get the weights. So I started getting weights. So I'm like building weights slowly in my garage. It's going to be crazy. It's going to look crazy. But I done started like working out and trying to, because I figure one day I'm going to have to wrestle my son. He's already growing at a very fast pace. And I don't want, him to, how Cat Williams cat choked out by that kid. Like, I don't want that to be me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working out for different reasons because I feel like he's gonna Cat Williams me.
Exactly. I gotta say, I always start worrying about my getting in shape a little more after working with Dwayne Williams somewhere.
Yeah,
because I'm good when it's me, you, and Ken on stage.
Yeah,
we put on a show and we're funny and we do the meet and greet. Then we bring Dwayne out for one show, and then at the meet and greet, it's just a bunch of girls going, "Oh, can I see your arms? Those are so nice." I'm like, you know what? Guess who's not doing Lakeland? You. I don't need that kind of competition, man.
He's very in shape. Then even when he's talking about eating, I'm like, you know what? I got to do better. So hanging around Dwayne has made me decide. And I know I'm already I know 2027 is a year, the summer is a year from now, but I feel like I'm a slip. I'm definitely going to slip. There's a lot of snacks that I still want to try that I know is coming to Publix and even some of these places that are going. So I got a couple of places in Brevard when we go. There's like 3 or 4, and they're all like donuts, cakes, mini cakes. They're I got a lot coming, so I know 2027 is not my year, but 2028, I'm locking in.
Occupational hazard. You got to go, man. You got to check out the donuts and the cakes and the new Publix treats. It's kind of on you.
It's my job.
We have Polk Theatre, Lakeland, coming up this Saturday night. Almost exactly 1 year since your first time on stage doing comedy. 1,400 seats, already sold out. It's going to be an amazing show. Me, you, Ken Miller. Dwayne was scheduled. Unfortunately, he's got some family stuff he's got to take care of, so he won't be there. It's still going to be a great show. What have you been doing this past week? Last time I talked to you was, I guess, Monday, right after Pensacola.
Yeah, I went on The Bone, 102.5 with John Sinning.
Where's that out of? Is that Tampa?
Tampa, St. Pete. They cover they're in St. Pete. They're based in St. Pete, but they cover Tampa, Polk County. They cover all down the West Coast, all the way to Venice, Northport area. And like I said, we went up there. I met John during the Mike Allstott Foundation charity event, the golfing events, which me and him were both horrible, but we had a great time. We had some fun. Me and John were there to bring the vibes, and we did our job. We were horrible. We didn't do. I mean, let me not do that, because when it mattered and they were like, "We need you to make this putt," we made it. But other than that, we just brought the vibes. We just were out there for a good time, and ever since then, we've stayed connected. And then he found out we were coming to Tampa. He was like, "Oh, we got to get this show pumping." So he hit me up, and we got multiple plans for me to keep going back on there. So Tampa, stop playing with us. We coming. But outside of that, then so Friday I did that. Then Sunday I went fossil hunting with Fossil Recovery. We did a dry dig. I found another megalodon tooth. I don't know if I'm just lucky or I just got the skill. It's definitely I'm lucky. I don't have the skill, but we did that Sunday, and like I said, right after that, I had to deal with the sick baby. But he's a lot better now.
Yeah,
you know, he's like, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't even want to take up too much time, but you always assume that it's gonna be a progression. Like with most kids, they're a progression. Like they get progressively better, and then by like 2 or 3 days later, they're back to themselves. He woke up today on 10, and they were like, well, it's gonna take him about a week, but it's gonna pass through. It's really nothing you could do. Just give him these medicines to make him comfortable, but he's gonna be okay in like 5 to 7 days. He woke up today. And I knew when he rolled over and smiled at me that what kind of day it was going to be. And I'm like, uh-oh. And he got up and he's been bouncing off the wall since he woke up. Since his eyes open and his feet touched the ground, he's been like he's making up for the past few days. So, but that's me. What about you?
I'm all right, man. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was at one of my favorite clubs in the state, Gregory's Comedy Club, Cocoa Beach. We're actually doing shows there in the second week of October. Yeah, October. Already sold out. Yeah. My shows, plenty of tickets were available. I was there Thursday night. We had 28 people in the audience, and I'm glad because it had been a while since I did an hour worth of comedy because I've been kind of spoiled. You know, Ken and I, before we start working with you, you know, we do our 45 minutes to an hour set each night. I've been doing so many shows with you lately where the format is go out, do 20, 25 minutes, then do the question and answer at the end. It's a great show. We all have fun. Yeah. But I got to tell you, man, after 20 minutes on stage Thursday night in front of 28 people, I was like, what else did I want to talk about tonight?
What else is there?
Like I ended up doing my full time. Yeah. And then it's just been so long since I'd done some of these jokes because it's also when I work with you, we do the cleaner, family friendly stuff. Yeah. That the next morning I was walking around the hotel parking lot like outcasts just running through my set while I'm like, tonight I'm going to do this for people. Yeah. And I actually had to listen to one of my sets from last year and I caught myself laughing at a joke and it scared me because I should have known that punchline was coming. I was watching a video of myself surprised by a punchline of a joke that I have to tell in 3 hours. So what I've decided I've gotten lazy is what I'm saying. Because I've gotten spoiled. I've gotten lazy. I hang out with you and Ken. We sell out theaters and then I get to go home. And now I got to get back to being like, man, I got no excuse. I'm just been resting on my laurels or whatever a laurel is. I've been sitting on it.
That's exactly.
That's it. So I'm ready to put the work in, ready to get back to writing some new stuff. And yeah, man, I'm looking through Polk. I still can't even believe it. 1,400 people.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. And then even after that, we got 5 more sold out Port Charlotte shows.
Oh, yeah. We got to go back to Port Charlotte.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a busy life, but you know, it's good to be busy, man.
I'm having a good times. I feel like these shows are pretty much a party. Like we show up, it goes by, and then you realize this was kind of like a party. Like it's a comedy show, but it's like a traveling party. And a post came up on Facebook the other day, and it was me saying how it was like, we sold out the show, and we may add more. And I was looking at it like, wow, because now it was like a few things on the schedule. And then now it's like filled up. Like we are already in like September of 2027 and we're still adding more. So there's a lot of shows we didn't even announce yet, y'all, but they're coming.
Yep. Now I remember once we booked the Afro shows and I was like, hey man, I saw the clubs. As soon as clubs saw you doing stand-up somewhere, they started hitting you up, just boom, 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 boom. And then I was like, hey man, if you want, I can talk to some of these clubs. And you were like, let's see how the Afro shows go. And then we did the shows and you're like, man, we might be able to do one of these a month or something like that. And then I think it was like after 2 or 3 months in, you're like, we can do a few more. It just became this gradual. Now it's funny because it went from me asking you, hey, you want to do more, to you calling me up, hey, I can't help but notice we got this 3rd week of the 2nd month open in 2027. Are we going to book something or what? I'm like, I'm working on it. We're on it, man.
And we booked something.
And we booked something, yeah.
Yeah, we make it happen. It's a lot of fun, but we still got some openings of y'all want us to come to y'all city. Let us know in the comments. I'm willing to pull up. We even got people in other states that are like, y'all need to come. I had an email. I have an email right now, but before we got on, I was looking at it, and it was like, "Hey, would you come to Phoenix, Arizona?" And I'm like, you know what? I'm not against that. Like, I got to see the dry heat versus humidity thing. I got to see what that's like.
Until you fly out there and the show is in that guy's basement for him and his neighbor. Like, yeah, we can't believe we got you out here, man.
Me either. Looking around.
It's going to be a fun time, man. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've been doing comedy in Florida for over 20 years, and I can say not only have I never done a show in Wauchula, but I can't think of a single comedian that has. So, I mean, when Wicks tells you if you post, we'll come, he's not lying, man. Because who else is coming to Wauchula, Florida? Just Wicks.
That's exactly how it happens, honestly. If y'all tell me where to go, we're coming. If it's enough of y'all and y'all tell us where to go, we're coming.
We're gonna make it happen. And we've picked some probably the most diverse venues because we've done comedy clubs, but then we've done some of the nicest theaters in the state so far. But then we'll also coming up, we'll be at a zoo in October, and then in January we'll be at a aquarium. So when we tell you if you want us to come to your town, we'll figure out a venue. We're gonna make it work for you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. We haven't done this in a couple of weeks, but I'm excited.
Okay.
There's some new Florida man stories out there. And I want to get your opinion on these.
All right, let's do it.
A traffic stop over a non-street legal vehicle led to a felony drug bust in Dixie County. Deputies with the Sheriff's Narcotics Interdiction Unit stopped Roy Lee McDaniel in Old Town after spotting him driving a Red Riding lawnmower down Northeast 799th Street. A search of a bag on the mower uncovered crystal meth, marijuana, and a hypodermic needle. McDaniel was arrested and booked into the Dixie County Jail on multiple narcotics and paraphernalia charges. Did you hear about this guy?
I have never. So I didn't. Okay, Dixie County, don't be mad at me. I didn't even know a Dixie County, Florida existed. I'm looking it up. When Mike said it, I'm like, Dixie County, Florida. And I'm pretty familiar with all the counties. This is one that escaped me. But after looking it up, it's right. It looks like it's to the west of Gainesville. So it's like Cross City, Steinhatchee, Horseshoe Beach. It's to the west of Gainesville. So if you go to Gainesville and just go west towards the beachy area, that's where Dixie County is. Right above Cedar Key. Looks like Crystal River. It's above that. It's like north of that, but it's. I didn't know it existed. I just thought it was with, I thought it was part of Lake City at some point, but I didn't know.
So what we're saying is Dixie County, if you have an aquarium, a zoo, or a hotel or a theater, we want to come play you. You sound like fun people too.
Or even a lawnmower with a stage. Like, you know what, at this point, just hold a meth.
That's all you're going to see in the parking lot. Just a bunch of riding lawnmowers pull up, which... Yeah, I did a show up in Michigan once, and it was during the winter, and it was at the Island Resort in Harris, Michigan, and I had problems. I drove up from Milwaukee, and I had problems getting there in the snow. And when I got there, it was basically like my car and some employees' cars outside this huge hotel casino. And when I walked into the front desk, I'm like, so I guess the show's probably going to be canceled tonight. She's like, why would you say that? I'm like, the snow? She's like, oh, they'll be here. I'm like, how are they going to be here? She's like, snowmobiles. And I started laughing. Because, I'm a Florida kid, whatever. Yeah, right.
It's funny.
I go up to the hotel. I get changed. I go back downstairs. The parking lot is filled with like 70 to 80 snowmobiles. These people literally drove snowmobiles right into the parking lot and just came in, took off all their winter clothes, left in the little foyer, and we had a great comedy show. So,
oh, man, that is wild.
I'm always enjoying when I'm watching TikTok or Instagram, the person that's on the riding lawnmower just going down the road like this was normal stuff. But this is the definition of riding dirty. Like, you're sitting there in a lawnmower. They pulled him over because the lawnmower isn't street legal, doesn't have proper signals and lights. You're going to get attention, right?
He should have went on the sidewalk. Or you're in a lawn, like you should have just go to the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Like I've watched some professional riding lawnmower. Like they ride on the sidewalk. That way there was this guy, he was drunk. and he was riding. It was a video. You know, people send me crazy stuff, but he was riding a riding lawnmower. He was drunk, but he was on the sidewalk, and they couldn't give him a DUI because it's not like a street legal vehicle. But he was driving on the sidewalk, and there was really nothing that they could do. And I thought that was the most hilarious thing ever. So this guy did it wrong. You don't get in the street, especially when you have all that. Well, with all the stuff he had on him, Mike, he probably thought he was on the sidewalk. Like in his mind, he was on the side. He was probably in the clouds. That was probably not even a riding lawnmower to him. That was a helicopter.
But see, I'm not sure. I think you can still get a DUI on any motor vehicle. I have a friend in Stuart, Florida, who got a DUI on a bicycle.
Wait, for real?
Yes. Or is that a PUI, like pedaling under the influence or something? But he did. They hit him with a DUI for riding a bike. So
what?
I don't know. But also, man, that is some one-stop lawn service man, dude. like when the guy who does your yard work is also your weed dealer. I mean,
and if you want something a little stronger, got that meth for you.
That's right.
Break out that meth. You want
something
stronger than that?
I take care of your grass, but I also take care of your grass. I got you.
That is hilarious. Yeah, this guy is definitely on a different level. This is very Florida. This is some very Florida stuff.
What you give him on a scale of 1 to 10 for Florida, man?
Ooh, Florida man, 1 to 10. I've seen some crazy things. I'll give him an 8.
Really?
You know what? I'll give him an 8 because
you went high. You went high on that, yeah.
Because I was originally around a 7.5, 7.6, but then with everything he had on him, is what
that put it over the
I'll
that's fair. We'll put him on that. Okay,
7.8 to 8.
Right.
I'm in that range with him.
I like it.
So
now this next story happened in the Panhandle. We just came from there. Standoff in the Panhandle ended with an arrest after a man threw household items, including a television, at deputies and parked cars. Bay County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Perla Apartments in Upper Grand Lagoon, where 40-year-old Marcus Butler was seen exposing himself and hurling objects from his balcony. Butler barricaded himself inside, threatening to kill officers before a SWAT team breached the unit. Butler was subdued with less than lethal rounds and faces multiple felony charges, including criminal mischief and indecent exposure. I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know anything else about the story. I don't know any details, but I bet it was a woman. I bet it was a woman that this was all over.
A meth weed dealer on a lawnmower. It's either one of the two.
He's like, where is my lawnmower dude with my meth? He was supposed to be here an hour ago.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to strip butt naked and throw stuff out there.
I'm not going to lie, man. I think it was like every 80s movies I ever saw where you could tell the guy did something wrong because the movie, there was always a scene where he's walking home. Yeah. And then he just sees stuff flying down and it's his girlfriend throwing stuff. It's always the girl on the balcony throwing things over. Yeah. You never see like someone in a single story house getting their stuff thrown out on the yard. It's gotta be from a balcony.
It makes the impact because when it hits the ground, if it's something that like a PlayStation or something, it's gonna break.
Oh, it's
like over. You got to do it for the dramatic effect. And I think off the second story is definitely the way to go. Off the balcony is the way to go.
If I was to ever see that in real life, I don't think I care what's on my schedule for the rest of the day. If I see some woman throwing someone's possessions off a balcony, I'm parking the car. This is where I'm at now today.
I got to see how this
because I got to see how he responds when he gets home.
Like if I didn't have time that day, I do now. Let me clear the schedule because this is going to be interesting.
There was a movie called Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald, and it has the scene like that. Where his girlfriend's dumping him because he lost his job again. But he's walking home and he just sees this one guy walk past him wearing one of his shirts. And he's like, I got that shirt. And then he walks a little bit further. He's like, hey, is that my hockey jersey? And then he comes around the corner and she's just and the whole neighborhood just out there grabbing his shoes and his records.
Yeah. That is wild. That is hilarious. But no, listen, I got time. If you gonna do that, call me up. I'll definitely pull up and just document the whole thing, not like record it because I just want to see for my own personal benefit of how this is going to go. But Dude, that's
so. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the guy, but I hope it's something. Hope it's something that can work out.
I gotta rate it, Mike. We got this. You done started a thing.
Okay,
the Florida man rating is
naked, balcony, throwing possessions. Now, the fact that it was his own possessions.
The barricade into the apartment.
Yep, tell him
getting taken down by SWAT.
Take them all out.
He probably was butt naked when SWAT bust in.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, we got a 9.2. We definitely got a 9. But like this has all the elements of a perfect Florida man story. Like he's butt naked. That's always, one of the Florida man like that definitely starts it off high.
Yep.
And he's on the balcony. But think about this. He's on a balcony, butt naked, throwing his items at cops. Yep. Then he barricades himself in his apartment. Mm-hmm. They got to come down and take him down with SWAT.
Right.
And we don't even know why he was doing this.
Nope.
That's like a 9.2. I got to give it a 9.2, Mike. That
9.2.
What do you think? Because I'm rolling with that.
Yeah. It's tough because like nowadays you hope it's you. I always hope there's actually a reason rather than like a mental health issue.
Yeah,
because if it's mental health, I just feel really bad for the guy.
I'm with you.
But if it was a girl cheating on him for like the 5th time, then I'm with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you don't need that TV.
My only question is, why is he butt naked? Like, that's the only other thing that will be like, I mean, she cheated on you, but why are you naked? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have did everything you just did with clothes on.
I don't know. Maybe he was on his phone on the toilet when he saw the post and he was like, don't even pull up your pants. Yeah. I mean, I've been there, not there, but Amazon rings the door. You're like, oh, if I don't physically sign for it, I don't get it today. I'm coming to the door with my shorts around my ankles. I don't care. Can't wait another 3 weeks for this.
Oh man!
All right, now this is something we haven't really talked about, and it's actually a big deal in Florida right now. This happened in Oviedo, right down the road from me. After several flock license plate readers were stolen or damaged along Lockwood Boulevard, local police decided to build a trap. An officer 3D printed replica cameras at home that looked exactly like the real tracking devices, but did not collect any data. Officers set up surveillance on the decoys. Within a few days, a 24-year-old man approached the bait camera with pruning shears. Police watched him cut the decoy from its mount and smash it into pieces on the ground. When he ran, a police sergeant ordered him to stop and placed him under arrest. The suspect told investigators he destroyed the cameras because they made him feel like a constant eye was watching him. He was charged with criminal mischief, grand theft, and damaging electronic equipment. This has actually become a huge debate in Florida right now.
Yeah.
The presence of flock cameras. And about a week ago, I actually pulled up the map and found out that I cannot leave my neighborhood to get to a main road. No matter what direction I take, I go right past one of these cameras that I didn't even know existed up until
How do you
like
pull
3
up the
weeks
map?
ago. Oh, I'll give you the link for that. It's,
okay.
Now you're curious?
Yeah, because I've been seeing it, and it's been like a big thing. Like there was one guy, they were like filming him, and I'm like, this is a very Florida. Like he was, like I'm taking down the flock camera. So there was somebody on their phone recording him, and he was taking down the camera. He took it down. He stopped. Did a full so they recorded him taking it down. He stopped with the flock camera in his hands. Did a full interview with the people that are recording him with the phone. They were like, why did you take it down? And he's like, and he gave this whole speech on why he took it down. And I'm like, okay, because some people worry about snitches, right? But not these days, because people tell on themselves. And that's exactly what he did, because he looked right in the camera where you can't be like, oh, maybe that wasn't him. He looked directly in the camera with the flock camera in his hand and said why exactly he did. So he admitted to the crime. So he did the crime. It was recorded. Then he admitted to doing the crime. Then said why he did the crime. But yeah, it's been a huge thing. There's people everywhere. Like that's the new thing. No flock cameras, and people have been taking them down. It's crazy.
There are a couple more stories this week out of Florida. An 18-year-old Port Orange man was arrested after using a power saw to cut down 3 flock cameras because he did not agree with them and was having a quote-unquote rough week. A 43-year-old Orlando man was caught on business security footage, spray painting the lenses of 6 different flock cameras across major intersections in Orange and Seminole counties. The website I went to find where the flock cameras are is called dflock.org. Okay. And you can pull up a map and look around. But there's also another site you can go to where you can put in your license plate number to see if anyone has put in a search query for your specific license plate. I've done a little bit of looking into this.
Yeah.
And it turns out that these cameras are only supposed to save your license plate for a certain amount of time, like a 30-day thing. However, the local municipalities, they can change that setting to save it for longer.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem I'm finding with these flock cameras, the stories I find, is what do you think it is, Wicks? What have you heard?
So there was one guy, I think he was, I can't remember what exactly his position was. So I'm not sure if it was in law enforcement or was he in like some like local government thing. But he was basically using the flock cameras for his like personal gain. So it was like for him to like, I don't know if it was to intimidate people or to like track people, like specific people. And he was using the flock cameras to track specific people that were like not anything illegal or anything, but they were just personal people that he was trying to get back at, and he would track them with these flock cameras.
The majority of misuse, all you got to do is type in Google, just type in cop uses flock cameras to track X.
Yeah.
All across the country.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a reason, a legitimate reason. Like, okay, we had this vehicle that was involved in a crime. We want to see, the path it took or whatnot.
Yeah.
But the majority of the things that pop up negative is certain officers or detectives using it for personal reasons to spy on their exes or spy on their spouses. And I guess it's like the Wild West out here. There's no real control over who's logging in, and how do you police the police when it comes to this? How do you make sure that it's only being used for certain things? Like,
that's true.
I get it. Like if a kid goes missing, heck yeah, I'm happy as heck that we find a way to find him.
Yeah.
But if you're just chasing down your ex-girlfriend who left you for probably some good reasons, and it also goes down to personal privacy, man. Like, shouldn't I be allowed to travel freely? And people will say like, oh, well, everybody has a Ring camera nowadays. Everybody has this nowadays. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think that's a little different than like cameras that are constantly scanning your license plates every road you go down.
That is very true. And like I said, and I think I even talked about it before. Police officers and all, they're still human. So you're going to have human flaws,
the human element.
And they have human problems and they deal with real life human situations. So even though like we look at it, but they're gonna have these human urges as well. So like I said, even I was watching because my body cam is my thing, where there was this cop who I guess his ex broke up with him, but he wanted her back, and then she ended up getting with another dude, and the dude parked his truck over her house.
Right.
Because he was with, the police department, he was able to run the guy's tag to find out where the guy stayed. And then he looked up all the used his system to find out everything about the guy. And then he started showing up to the guy's house, harassing him and doing all this stuff like to like bother this guy. But it's all because he used his police abilities, as far as tracking and all of, looking up the license plates and find out all his information, looked up, his background. He was able to find everything. But he did it. It wasn't for a reason related to the guy breaking the laws, because his girl left him for another guy and he wanted to get back at this guy. Now you got flock cameras. So now he can track wherever this guy goes. I mean, he was fired, obviously, but let's say another guy in that situation. Now he has the ability to track wherever, this person goes, and he can, making the stalking a lot easier than, this guy had to wait till the guy went home. He kind of just parked at his house and waited on the guy. But I don't know. It makes it crazy. It's scary out there,
Yeah. It seems rather than everybody having access to this, it should be, you got to go through more to get that.
Yeah.
It seems like something you should have like if you have a suspect, then you apply for a warrant and then you use the system to track. But just someone on their lunch break just going, my wife told me she was going to Pilates the other day. Let me just see where she's really going.
And then now you're in a whole different. So no, I'm with it. Like even when you work at these like retail stores, they have one person or two people that have access to the full money. Like they have one or two people that, and I feel like that's the kind of situation you got to have like somebody, one, maybe two people, each department that have access to this. Mm-hmm. That way you have to, and even if it does get access, it's these one or two people. But I feel like you said, it should be regulated a lot better as far as if you're going to do it, which they're going to do what they want to do anyways. But if you're going to do it, then you should be able to. Everybody shouldn't be able to access that.
I've seen some creative guys. I forget where it was in Florida, but the guy had like a 10-foot PVC post, and he had like a sign that said "flock you" or something. And his whole thing would just be sit in a lawn chair outside the flock camera, covering the shot. Yeah. Which technically, I guess you're not touching the camera or doing damage to it, but I'm sure there's got to be a law out there now that's disturbing the flock camera or something like that. Otherwise, I'm just going to start bringing some helium balloons out and just
just tie them up right there at the perfect height.
Yeah,
at least got 2 or 3 days. So right helium, you got 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn, man, because on one hand, it's like, yeah, of course, if a kid's missing or something like that, I would love to have the ability to find out what happened to him.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if all the stories I'm seeing is really just police using this for their personal vendettas, then does the good outweigh the bad? Yeah. Well, I guess if you find one missing kid, it kind of outweighs all the cheating exes, but who knows? Who knows? I don't know, man.
I get that too. Now, it's definitely like a double-edged sword. It's like I said, on the one hand, it's great, and then on the other hand, it gets it's a slippery slope, because then you get, access to, like I said, so many people to do crazy stuff. They got the temptation there. Like some people, the temptation can be there and they'll be like, nah, I'm gonna do the right thing. But then you got some people, if if it's there, the option is there, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take the, everybody has a weak moment.
Well, I guess
weak moment is a lot more.
I guess one of the big fears about flock cameras too is like, who else has access to this information? Yeah. Like I was reading one article where it's like, okay, well, if nowadays with AI and everything else, if you take the information you get from a single flock cam, then you grab license plate numbers and then people's personal data. I mean, just right now when you get on Facebook, I get so many ads. I looked up something for like my ankle once, and I still to this day get ads for ankle braces and everything. So someone was pointing out that if that information gets used or sold to anybody else, advertisers, then all of a sudden they can take your license plate, see what your normal route is, see what stores you're going up to, what kind of places, and now they can tailor their advertising to, hey, we know you go to this store, so here's this coupon. We know you go here. Here's this coupon. We know you like these kind of restaurants. Here's a new restaurant open. It's that consumer data is worth so much money.
That's true. That's very true. So like I said, it's a very slippery slope. Hopefully there is some, if they're going to do it, there is some like regulations to it. And they know how to regulate it a lot better, because since they've been here, and the more that they're putting up, the more problems they're starting to have. I see everybody posting it. I think that's one of the things that I'm getting the most people sending me. They sent me the guy with the PVC pipe. They sent me the guy that took down the flock cameras. Even the story, I think, of the 24-year-old. Somebody sent me that. And that's mainly what I've been getting, is a lot of people, the beef with the flock camera. So,
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I know you don't do politics, but it seems like that's become one of those key things this election cycle. Like, are you for flock cameras? Are you against flock cameras? Are you for data centers, or are you against data centers? So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. On to some trivia. We haven't done trivia in a while here. Now, usually we had Eric here to help us, so we got Ken here. Tonight it's just me and you. And I figured, since we are going to Polk County, and since they were so kind enough to fill out the whole theater for us, we would go ahead and do some Polk County trivia. Polk County trivia. So here we go. Question number 1.
All right.
And these are kind of tough, I'm not going to lie. So you might have a hard time, but I got faith in you. In 1957, Lakeland received a pair of royal white mute swans as a personal gift from Queen Elizabeth II after the city's local swan population had died off. Where do their descendants live today, participating in an annual city-sponsored health checkup and swan roundup? So
What
Queen
city?
Elizabeth. Yeah. What city? Queen Elizabeth gave them some swans.
Bartow.
Okay. Good guess. It's actually Lake Morton in downtown Lakeland.
Oh,
Lake
that makes sense.
Morton in downtown Lakeland. Yeah, which I did not know that. Those are
Me
royal
either.
swans. They have
Oh, for
more
real?
rights than most of us. Yes, they are royalty. They are
Huh.
royalty.
It does make sense because somebody mentioned the Swans, but it was in a post with Bartow and Lakeland back and forth. So
okay.
I in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're in Bartow. No, okay, Lakeland. That makes sense.
You were close. You were really close.
That makes sense.
Which, funny you mentioned Bartow, because that's the next question here.
Okay.
Bartow, Florida, is the birthplace of two major sports legends who both entered the Pro Hall of Fame in their respective leagues.
Ooh.
One is two-time Super Bowl champion linebacker Ray Lewis, and the other is which seven-time NBA All-Star scoring champion?
Oh, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I should know this.
Mm-hmm.
NBA.
You want some initials?
Yeah.
First initial T, last name, first initial M.
Oh, Tracy McGrady.
Mr. T-Mac himself.
Yeah, he from Bartow?
That's what they say.
I know he's from Florida, so that makes sense because I seen an interview with him recently, and he was talking about being from Florida. I think there's another player that I get him mixed up with that's from Pensacola. Like I know Emmitt Smith is from Pensacola, but there's somebody else from Pensacola, I think. But no, that T-Mac, one of my favorite. Well, he was up there for me, especially when he went to the Magic. And he played with Vince Carter on the Raptors. I never knew he was from Florida. Makes sense.
Nice. Now you
Makes
know.
Sense. Now I know. I just learned something. T-Mac is from Polk County.
Well, this next question deals with someone that a lot of people are just wondering if he's going to be at our show Saturday.
Yeah.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd became a viral internet sensation in 2006 when a reporter asked him why SWAT deputies shot an armed suspect 68 times. What was Sheriff Judd's exact deadpan response?
Was that the one where he said we would have shot him more if we had more bullets? Or
I'll give it to you because that's all the bullets we had.
There you go. There you go.
He added, or we would have shot him more.
That was
That's cold, man. That's
cold. Yeah. I remember one where they were talking about the school shooting in Texas, and he basically went on this like, when your kids go to our school, they're our kids, and we're gonna, basically went into the same thing. Like, we're not gonna play with them. We're gonna shoot them until they stop moving. And I was like, well, and then he made a rap song. So but yeah, I do remember that 2000. I didn't know it was that long ago, but yeah, I remember that.
All right. Well, this one's going to test your knowledge a little bit.
Okay.
In 1930, founder George W. Jenkins opened the very first 27-foot wide Publix food store in which Polk County city before moving the headquarters to Lakeland?
Was it Winter Haven?
Bam! Winter Haven it is.
Because I know the headquarters is in Lakeland.
Right.
I do remember the first Publix they were talking about in Winter Haven. So yes.
Is that one still standing?
I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. I'll have to look that up.
Gonna swing.
Then I gotta go there.
Yeah. That's like traveling to Graceland for you if you're an Elvis fan.
Gotta go visit. I gotta go see the Cake Tower. They have like a big Publix cake tower in Lakeland. Yeah, it's like you got to see it. They send it to me like every year, and I got to go see it.
A cake tower?
Yeah, so you know how they have the water towers in each city.
Yeah,
to be like they have the cake tower. It's a Publix cake tower. You got to see it. Yeah, I'm going to see it.
Before Legoland Florida opened in 2011. The property in Winter Haven was home to Florida's first major commercial theme park, opened in 1936. World famous for its Southern Bells and synchronized water ski shows. What was it called?
I think we talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I think of the name of it? Okay, this one is escaping me. I'm probably not even going to think of this one.
No problem. It is.
All right, go ahead.
Cypress Gardens. Cypress Gardens. I remember being a kid and seeing all the commercials with like the people skiing next to each other and then people standing on their shoulders and whatnot. And I guess in 2011, it became Legoland. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. I got this last question for you. This is a bit of architecture. Florida Southern College in Lakeland holds what unique global architectural world record?
This is so bad because when we were in Pensacola, there was a woman there. She had her son with her. Her son goes to the exact college you just said. And
Florida Southern College?
Florida Southern College. And he was actually, so they were in Pensacola. He was leaving, I think, this week. So after we were in Pensacola, he was leaving the next week because we had two. Yeah, he was leaving the next week to go back to college. And they were just telling me about Florida Southern College and for some reason, I can't think of what it is.
Yeah, I didn't know this one either, so don't feel too bad.
But I think it's because she just, 2 weeks ago or a week or so ago, we just had the conversation because she was like, my son is going back to, basically Polk County. Because we were talking about Pensacola being one of the wildest crowds we've had. And then I was like, but we got to go to Polk County in a few weeks. And they were like, oh, Polk County is. And then she was saying her son was going back to Florida Southern College. And there was something there. All right, I'm not gonna get it.
No problem. It houses the largest single-site collection of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture in the world, with 13 completed structures designed under his Child of the Sun vision. Now, I don't know much about Frank Lloyd Wright other than every city I go to, someone tells me, oh, you got to go see the Frank Lloyd Wright house. I didn't even know he was a designer. I thought this guy just owned a ton of houses. Like, honestly. So I think I was in Boise. Maybe it was Boise, Idaho, or no, it was somewhere in Illinois. And that's the first Frank Lloyd Wright house I saw. I'm like, oh, well, this guy does houses. All right.
Yeah.
So, so I guess they got 13 structures out there, and that's a big deal because this guy was amazing. So I don't know. Maybe we got time. We can swing through, check that out.
We got to see what Lakeland has to offer.
I was going to say, is there anything you are doing in Lakeland while we're there besides the show?
I want to say I'm trying to get back with the people. I was supposed to ride the jet ski motor scooter things. It's like, I guess they take old jet skis and they turn them into like street legal scooters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I was going to see, but I haven't heard from them in a while. So I don't know what's going on, but I'll find something in Polk County.
See if they'll bring them by the theater. We can take them around the block a couple of times.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hit them up and I'll definitely.
You can make a little parade before the show. Just drive by.
Yeah,
with wave
on the scooter, on the jet ski scooter. Yes, I'm with that.
We got a bunch of upcoming dates for you guys. Of course, this Saturday, we are at the Polk Theatre in Lakeland. Can't wait. Beautiful theater. My first time there. I'm looking forward to it. September, we are back at Vigilantes the 10th through the 12th. And then the following week, the 19th, we are at the Levy Theater in Lake City, Florida. October, we're at the Brevard Zoo. October 2nd, the 3rd and 4th, we're at the Gleason Center in Melbourne, Florida. The 9th and 10th, we're at Gregory's Comedy Club in Cocoa Beach, Florida. November, we are at Off the Hook in Naples. That's November 5th through the 8th. Tickets are on sale now. 14th, the Kravis Center in West Palm Beach. The 21st, Peace City Performing Arts Center in Wauchula, Florida. And then in December, the Center in Spring Hill, Florida, December 4th and 5th. And then, of course, December 19th, Mount Dora Music Hall in Mount Dora, Florida. So that's it. We're already adding a bunch of dates for 2027. If you want to check out any of the dates, go on over to Omgitswicks.com. We got some updating to do, but they will be there. Other than that, on behalf of myself, Mike Herlihy, and the one, the only Omgitswicks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next week.